Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. This is another addition to the GMS Battle Acts page. We're just going to go into how these nations are going to be enslaved for 1,000 years. They came out with the movie 12 Years a Slave, based on the slave Solomon, what he had to go through in those 12 years. This breakdown, we're just going to break down as it is documented in the scriptures, how these heathens going to go into slavery for 1,000 years, which is so-called white man, so-called African man, and so-called Chinese man, so forth. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the brothers out there spreading the word and truth and sincerity. We be very close. We see all these prophecies coming to pass. We know that Iran, America going to Iran is a big prophecy, and we seeing that starting to play out more and more on the TV screen. So we see that this shit is going down. But another prophecy is the good prophecies, which is after the nuclear missiles and all that stuff, is the kingdom being set up and all these nations being under our rule. So I'm just going to jump into it. Genesis chapter 25, verse 21.
Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived.
Yeah. So Isaac had entreated the Lord for Rebekah. Rebekah was barren. They like when these children gonna come. Go ahead.
Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
She like, damn, this other Lord, why is a war going on in my stomach? Why these people fighting in my stomach? Why? Because them two which we know is Jacob and Esau, from the get-go, that's how it's meant to be. You're not meant to dwell with one another. Go ahead, out.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Yeah, 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. 2 nations. They wasn't going to come out and be one nation and stick together and just be tribes together. Nah, they was going to come out. They supposed to be separated, because when they together, somebody going to have to be on top. Somebody going to have to be on the bottom. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other. And the elder shall serve the younger.
Yeah, the elder shall serve the younger. And what it is, verse 23?
Yeah.
And we know the story. Esau came out first. And that's the so-called white man. He came out red all over like a hairy garment. He's red. You see a baby come out in the hospital of a so-called white person. That baby coming out red as hell, even today. So that's Esau. He's the elder, and he shall serve the younger. But that's not going on right now. The younger, which is Jacob, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, we're the younger, and we're serving the elder right now. So that lets you know the world is out of course, but the prophecies haven't all been manifested yet, which they are about to be manifested. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9.
2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Yeah, Esau is the end of the world. So seeing that the so-called white man is ruling right now in his wicked ass kingdom, that's prophecy being fulfilled. That lets you know that we at the end of this shit. Just Esau ruling right now. He's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Jacob is going to rule. So-called Negroes, Haitians, Jamaicans, so-called Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Colombians, so-called on down, Brazilians, so-called yes, Native Americans, Seminoles. Those are people that the Lord those are people who are going to rule in this everlasting kingdom under Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's right. Let me get Revelations chapter 20. This is 4.
This is Revelations 20 and 4. And I saw thorns, and they
thrones.
And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them. And judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua.
Yeah, that's going back to the ancient times in Rome with the apostles. They got beheaded for the Lord, and even now you're gonna have some brothers who probably gonna have to get beheaded for the Lord, for the witness of the Lord, to glorify the Lord. But still, they gonna wake up and be right on the chairs with the rest of the elect, the 144,000. Go ahead out.
Salaki. Revelations 24. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the words of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast,
Yeah,
neither his image.
Being the elect, and we hopeful elect. We hope that Lord willing we are part of the elect. We ain't gonna worship the image of the beast. We ain't down with the system. Neither we gonna put that mark in our hands. Lord willing, we are part of that elect. Go ahead.
Neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahushua Mashiach 1,000 years.
Yeah, for 1,000 years. Once this kingdom comes, it's gonna be everlasting. We gonna 1,000 years. We're gonna have these people as slaves for us. Go ahead, keep reading. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading now.
But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished.
Yeah, the rest of the dead. That's talking about these other nations outside of Esau, because Esau is gonna be completely wiped out at the end of the 1,000 years. But what it means by the rest of the dead, because dead means slavery. They're not gonna rise up and rule in their own kingdoms once the Lord's kingdom come. Nah, they're gonna be in slavery. Like right now, the scripture says our people are spiritually dead. Their dead bodies shall lie in a place spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. Because our nation right now, we dead. Slavery is death. So these other nations, they gonna be dead. They gonna be in slavery. But after 1,000 years, read that one part again. But the rest of the dead.
But Revelations 25. But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished.
Yeah. So after the 1,000 years of slavery, for all the other heathen outside of Esau, afterwards they're gonna be able to set up their own little system, but still being tributaries to the Israelites.
They still have to keep the laws.
Yeah, they still have to keep the laws. But Esau is gonna be wiped out. But we're gonna get more into that. And we're gonna get more into what's gonna happen within that 1,000 years of slavery for all these heathen. Read that last part.
This is the first resurrection.
Yeah, that's the first resurrection, which means a thing rising. That's the first resurrection you want to get on them chariots, and you don't want that second death, which is the fire. First resurrection is when the Lord first set up his kingdom. Now let's get more into these Edomites. Obadiah chapter 9. Obadiah verse 9. It's a lot. Get first Ezra chapter 4 verse 45. Yeah.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Yeah, everyone in the mount of Esau is going to be cut off by slaughter. That's a prophecy. That's a whole book right there, a chapter long, based on Edomites getting what's coming to them. Prophecies is coming to these so-called white men. Go ahead up.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yeah, for the violence against thy brother Jacob. If you seen the last video, the 1,000 years of slave little intro that I put up at the beginning of the video, you see all the shit that's just the tip of the iceberg. What I was able to put in just into that intro of what these Edomites do to our people, and that's just talking about stuff that went on 100 years ago, man. Because they doing more shit now. They in the past 50 years, in the past 60 years, this shit ain't never stopped. putting syphilis, having syphilis experiments, injecting our people with syphilis, AIDS. That shit in Panama when they went and killed a whole bunch of them Zebulonites down there in Panama, putting drugs in the streets.
It's like that Ebola started off in West Africa, where predominantly Jake's still living, man.
And all these other sicknesses and diseases that ain't even got no name yet that they finna pour on Jacob. These chemtrails in the air, fluoride in the water. This shit ain't stopped. Esau ain't stopped. Esau is the wicked, and the wicked lie upon their beds, thinking about their wickedness.
Shit, I was gonna say even them abortion clinics, man. They jam pack a whole bunch of them abortion clinics in Jake neighborhoods and let them shits be free, so Jake can go kill their own baby, man.
The numbers I got is from the early 2000s for 17 million. That's just so-called Negro, the Southern Kingdom. For them, 17 million, and that number's from the early 2000s. Esau set that shit up. Yeah, these nigga women go and do that shit, and they gonna get judged for doing that shit. But Esau the one who set it up. He make it possible.
Esau put it in their head that it's cool to do it. Control your own life, man.
And like the brother Shamar just said, they pay for it. They have ways you get that shit paid for. Just go up and kill the baby. Continue reading now.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them.
Yeah, and we just got into what they doing today, but this shit deeper than rap. This shit goes way back. You got that first Ezra chapter 4?
Yeah.
Verse 45?
Yeah. This is first Ezra 4:45. Thou also has vowed to build up the temple.
Yeah, that was talking to that's when Zerubbabel he said his quote. You know, they had a little competition on who could make the best quote to King Darius. One said that wine is strongest of all, is ruler of all things, and one said that the king is ruler of all, is the strongest of all. But Zerubbabel said, no, woman is ruler of all, but the truth exceeds all, you know, for lack of a better word. And he ended up winning that competition, and the king asked Darius, what does he want? And read that again.
First Ezra 4:45. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple, which the Edomites burnt when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldees.
Yeah, that scripture just showed you the Edomites had burned up the temple back in the days of the Babylonians. And these Edomites, they something else, man. They this shit real deep. This shit been going on. This shit been going on. And for all that shit they got to get paid, they got to get paid back for, and it ain't gonna be wiped out forever. But first, before that, man, they finna go through the fucking worst slavery known to mankind. These other heathens, these other nations gonna get it too. Hamites gonna get it, Moabites gonna get it. But Esau, brothers got a thing for Esau, and that's righteous. We got a thing for Esau because we coming right up under Esau's slavery right now. This is where we at right now, Esau's slavery. And these are the worst times of all. And Jacob's trouble gonna be the worst times of all. Who gonna be pushing out the pain on Jacob? You so-called white man. But you gonna get that. You so-called white man, you gonna get that payback. Big payback, like James Brown said.
Shit.
That's what I say, y'all?
Yeah, and the Edomites, they destroyed the temple at Jerusalem when the Babylonians invaded, and then in the time of the Greeks, they made the temple desolate with their idols, man. And they turned Jerusalem. They made Jerusalem desolate, man. They had harlots in the temple. They were sacrificing swine in the temple unto Zeus and all that shit. And they came in and they slaughtered our people just for circumcising their children. What else they did? They took captive slave women and children to Greece, and then that's where you get the Hellenistic Israelites from.
torturing Israelites because they ain't want to eat pork.
Right, cutting off their hands and everything, and then it all culminated when the Romans came into power and had our people paying tribute to them, and then destroyed the temple a second time, man. The Edomites have to pay.
And that's all spiritual, because Esau just been a bitch boy since the birth, man. Losing that fight in the womb, and then after that birth, getting supplanted by our forefather Jacob, man. Esau been being a bitch for that birthright, and since he can't get it back, he gonna be a bitch about it till his ass get thrown in slavery, man.
That's right. He been a bitch boy since Cain.
Yeah, man, since Cain, Salaki, you go deeper than that, man. Since Cain, man.
Since the serpent.
Since the serpent.
Cain killed Abel.
Yeah,
the Lord asked him where your brother at. He say,
"Am I my brother's keeper?" That's a bitch move, Esau,
so
man.
Fucking that's a wicked ass move, man.
Cain, you Edomites are Cain, man. Alright, that was a bitch move, man. Just cause it is like Yahweh said, man. If you do something right, you're gonna get rewarded for doing something right. What you did was wrong, man. You can't be a bitch boy and cry about it, man. You're supposed to tighten up and do things right next time, man. But instead of that, you want to kill your brother, man, and then you want to speak to the Most High like you got some type of authority, man.
Like you could pull one on the Lord.
Yeah, my brother's keeper.
That's what these elites, these dumbass elites, even though they know the elites know these scriptures, they still preparing like they gonna be able to pull one on the Lord. They still got their Elysiums. They still gonna go into hiding. Like that's gonna do something, man.
Yeah, the Lord's deceiving them.
Yeah,
the Lord got, because they don't. The Most High don't directly deal with them. They deal with the spiritual demon Satan, who is controlled by Yahweh anyway, and he's got them deceived to where they actually think that they could pull one over on the Most High.
And they ain't wise, because I don't know what chapter it is, and I ain't saying it verbatimly, but in the Sirach it says wickedness is not wisdom. So even though they know the scriptures and stuff, they still dumb as fuck. They still some dumbass Edomites. And these elites, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, y'all ass going straight to slavery, man. Ain't nothing you could do about it. 1,000 years.
Can I give a quick precept? Because it's like y'all was saying, man, you motherfucking Edomites, man. The Most High is deceiving y'all, man. The Most High letting y'all think y'all gonna get away with this shit, man. Because what y'all fail to understand is y'all still got the spirit of Cain on y'all, man. Y'all Esau, man. So that spirit gonna continue to ride with y'all, man. Right? So Most High letting y'all get your asses deceived. This is Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of their heart have deceived thee. The pride of their heart has deceived thee. Yeah. Cause y'all so damn proud, man. That shit done mind fuck y'all, man. Y'all feel like y'all could pull one on the Most High, not knowing that the Most High done he making all this come to pass. He allowing you to actually think to yourself that you could pull a fast one.
It's already set up. It's in the scriptures.
That's right.
Your destruction is already here. That's all you have with that.
Yeah, that's all.
Go read verse 18 real quick. Go to Isaiah chapter 47.
So Obadiah 1:18. The house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
Yeah, look, Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, ain't gonna be no more Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom. We all gonna be together. That's a prophecy that we all gonna be back together again. Go ahead, Doc. Gonna be as a fire upon you fucking Edomites. Go ahead.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
Keep going.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it.
Yeah, so like I used to have y'all barn fires burning up Jake, burning up Northern Kingdom because they wouldn't worship your Christianity. Yeah. Look, after the 1,000 years of y'all hardcore slavery, which we're gonna get in more details about. After that, we're gonna burn y'all ass up. Big old bonfire fireworks show. So-called white people, just to wipe y'all out, take y'all out y'all misery that y'all gonna go through 1,000 years. Yeah, the Lord's still merciful, so you just gonna burn y'all ass up. Y'all ain't gonna have to be Edomites no more.
Okay.
Because as long as y'all Edomites, y'all gonna get it. You know what I'm saying?
You see how earlier you were saying the slavery for Esau is different from the slavery from the other kingdoms. Because the other kingdoms after 1,000 years, they gonna get to set up their own thing. After, you Esau after 1,000 years, you getting tossed in a fucking big ass bonfire.
Yeah,
You getting roasted.
that's gonna be one of Israel's greatest celebrations right there on that day, man.
That's gonna be one of the greatest days in time.
Yeah,
Period.
for real. Period. Period, man.
Esau gonna be like, damn, bro, it feels like it was just yesterday. I got nuked. Now I gotta sit in a big ass bonfire.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
Esau, you
feel
have
that
to
shit,
sit in the
that's
bonfire.
that's gonna be the Big Bang. The Big Bang.
The one that actually happened.
Yeah, the Big Bang
real
theory.
Big Bang, right? Yeah.
But ain't no theory, that shit gonna happen. Isaiah 47 verse 6.
God.
Get Revelation 18:6.
Isaiah 47 and 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy.
Yeah, right there. The Lord was wroth with us. He had his wrath versus Israel because we went off and didn't follow his commandments. We ain't do as he said in Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. It said, if you don't follow his commandments, all these curses shall come upon you, and surely they did. But start from the part mercy.
Thou didst shew them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid the yoke.
So-called white men did not show us no mercy. It's all documented. You can find hella pictures, hella documentaries on what the so-called white man had did to so-called black man, what he did to Native Americans, what he did to the so-called Latino tribes, what he did to them. He showed us no mercy, whether you were old or young, cutting babies out the stomach and smashing them, having us out there picking cotton day after day, 500 pounds of cotton, probably plus, in the hot sun every day, feeding us only pork and the guts, chitlins. We get that because our people got that from the so-called white man, leaving that just for us to eat.
That jambalaya shit too.
Jambalaya,
that
gumbo, neck bones. We had that was the worst of the food. The grits had to take the corn, Jake had to find a way to eat. Had to take the corn husk and grind it up and make some grits out of it. Not even the corn, not even the actual kernels. He had to take the dang
the white
husk.
The middle shit.
Yeah, you know, because we wasn't eating. They wasn't feeding us right. They was feeding us total garbage.
Working northern tribe to their death, man, because of them sugar plantations, man. Sugar canes,
banana plantations, coffee plantations, working to the death. That's why they had to take a lot of Southern Kingdom down there in the South America. Yeah. Hanging Jake, burning them up while you hanging them.
Feeding them to dogs.
Feeding them
to gators.
Willie Lynch.
Willie Lynch done played the key part of today's society on how shit is, man. Cause through Spirit of Power, Yabashima when Willie Lynch came about, man, shit fucked up the whole household. We got fucking women on top of fucking the men, and that's scriptural, man. That's part of the curses, man. Got your kids fucking rolling over you and shit. Cause of that, man, you can't build a house. Southern Kingdom getting fucking shit talked by Northern Kingdom, like Northern Kingdom some shit, man. And it's all Esau's fault, bro.
It's all Esau's fault, and that's why get that next scripture. We already know what Esau did to us. We about to get into what we can do to Esau, man.
It's Revelations 18 and 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you. And double unto her, double according to her works.
The Lord said, give her double. Give this bitch, well, these bitches, these so-called white people, give these crackers double what they did to us. So in the kingdom, man, like they showed in Django when they had Django walking with the shackles around his ankle, and that shit was fucking up his ankle to the white meat damn there. Look, we gonna have y'all wearing iron shoes. That's how I'm gonna have my slaves. Wearing iron shoes, doing work. to what the day over, when you get your little couple hours of rest or whatever, your skin gonna be connected to the fucking iron on the bottom of your shoe, man.
The shoes made out of barbed wire.
For real, man. You Edomites finna get it in the kingdom, man.
That boy's taking it. Oh, all right, man. I'm asking the Lord, can I have Leviathan, or make Leviathan have little kids? Cause you gonna be walking barefooted, Esau. You see how Esau like putting them parole shits on Jake's feet?
Yeah.
Leviathan gonna be biting on your ankles, bro, as you walk, bro. So your ankles gonna be fucked up, bro. It's gonna be chopped up. You ain't gonna have no foot, man. Fuck that. You ain't gonna have no foot, man.
That's
Right?
talking about whipping Jake, man. We gonna whip y'all with man, dip it in some acid, whip you in your face,
Nah.
type shit.
No reward onto her double, man.
Yeah.
Willie Lynch wanted to fuck the house up. We gonna do way worse than that, man. Your fucking bitches gonna be the most trading bitches on earth when that time comes, man.
Look, Isaiah.
Your kids gonna be fucking you up, and then we gonna fuck up your kids, and you gonna make you watch that shit, man. All right?
Look, Isaiah 49 said, talking about Edom, let your widows trust in us. So we gonna take y'all women as our concubines. We gonna pop y'all women in the kingdom. All the decent looking ones, all the ugly ones, y'all be able to keep. We gonna breed y'all. Like Deuteronomy 37 says, "Put all it." I ain't saying verbatim. It said, "All these curses shall come upon you heathens," and not just so-called white man. All these other heathens too. Y'all finna get it too. Cause all these other nations, y'all guilty. Y'all done had us in captivity at one time or another. Y'all done helped put us in this captivity. Y'all done consulted, like Psalms 83 says, versus Israel to try to make us not a nation no more. So all you heathens finna get it, man. All you heathens finna get it. We gonna get into that scripture. I was about to bring up scripture. We gonna get into it later. Somebody get Psalms chapter 2, verse 8.
Are you want to finish this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Revelations 18:6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double.
Like we just went, whatever y'all did to us, we finna top that. Like the brother Karab says down here, from the Miami camp. We gonna show y'all how to be slave masters, man. We gonna show y'all how to do this shit. Y'all used to have us get a Jake kid and make him sit down and use him as a footstool or as a footrest. All right, we gonna use y'all as steps to get off our chariot stand. We gonna pile y'all up and have on some damn cleats made out of spike, like some real spikes.
It's gonna be, Lord, when I'm part of that elect, it's gonna be different sections of Edomites. Right? It's gonna be the field working Edomites. It's gonna be the breeding Edomites, and then there's going to be the carpet and tile Edomites. All right, well, I'm gonna be walking on y'all day in and day out, man. On your heads, man. And every time I have to step on your head, I'm 8 times stomping your shit, alright?
Look, it said reward unto her double. Like the scripture says, we are not in our rest over here. So you Edomites not gonna get rest in our kingdom. At all. We only got y'all for 1,000 years, and after that we gonna burn y'all up. So we gonna make sure in 1,000 years we gonna maximize it. And them days gonna go by very slow. It's gonna be a long 1,000 years at that. We get Psalm chapter 2, verse 8. We get Amos 9:2.
Psalm chapter 2, verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
Yeah, and that's for the Lord. That's for Yahushua. That's Yahushua's inheritance. But as Romans chapter 8 verse 17 says, we shall be joint heirs with Yahushua. Lord willing, be part of that elect. But that's all for Yahushua. So the heathen are his. So if they his, they gonna be his elect also. And we gonna break them with a rod of iron. That rod, if you hit a Edomite or a Hamite or your Moabite with that rod of iron, what's gonna break? That rod of iron or that fucking heathen? Heathen gonna break. Gonna break them with a rod of iron. Rod of iron ain't gonna bend. That's all that was for that. And get Amos 9:2.
That rod of iron ain't gonna be hollow too. That shit gonna be solid, bro.